Okay, so today my kids asked me to make them one of their favourite dishes, which is a chicken curry. Really easy dish to make. I'm going to show you how to make that and how to save a lot of money by buying one of these instead of a pre-packaged little packet of meat. Okay, so we went to the supermarket to get some chicken today to make chicken curry. The chicken breast fillet was $12 a kilo. The chicken thigh fillet was $12 a kilo. The chicken tenderloins were $13 a kilo. The wings were about $9 a kilo. So they're all fairly expensive. However, the whole chickens were $3.50 a kilo. So a simple skill that you can teach your child, which can save you a lot of money, is how to break down a whole chicken. And this is a simple way to do it. Now, I'm not a butcher, but this is the way it works for chickens, for wild game, for all sorts of things. So here we go. First of all, the legs. You'll see there's a flap of skin in between the drumstick and the body, right? So you just need to nip that just through like that, right? On both sides. And what you do is, and then just fold it upwards till you hear the joints pop. Now, once you've popped the legs, flip it over. Just feel around up here, you'll feel where it joins, and then just nip through there, and that'll come off. There's your Maryland. Same on the other side. Feel around till you got the spot. Pop straight through. Second Maryland. Next one is the wing. With the wing, just find where the knuckle joint is, put the knife into the knuckle joint, and then just nip that off. There's your wing. Repeat that on the other side. Under the knuckle, off she goes. Now, from there, you've just got the breasts left, and depending on whether you want them skin on, skin off, but anyway, breasts downwards, and then just find along the side here where the skeleton joins to the meat. Just run through there. Now, don't be too fussy. Doesn't matter if you leave a little bit of meat on there, because we're going to use the frames to make stock anyway, so a bit of meat will just go into the soup that we make. So follow it down all the way to the center, and there's your breastbone there. At that point, all that's left is the frame attached to the two breasts. You just run your knife down there. You can detach it from one side, detach it from the other, and then just pull it off. If you find this pretty easy when you have a go, it'll take 1 or 2 to get used to it. You can buy yourself a few chickens, break them down, and then repackage them and freeze them. You also got the chicken frame here, which is going to make some great stock. Okay, so we went through and boned out the chicken. Okay, so for this particular recipe, we also put in a bit of fruit to sweeten it up, just because it's good for you. So for every 500 grams of chicken, we'd put in 1 apple and 1 banana. Now with the apples, this machine is pretty much the greatest thing I've ever seen in the kitchen. You just wind it through, and it will peel and core an apple in seconds. Okay, just take your apple, cut it into relatively small pieces. It's going to break down as you cook it anyway, so it doesn't make too much difference. And that'll do us. You also need 1 banana for every 500 grams of chicken. So just split it down the middle. Slice it lengthways. Then slice it the other way. What you're looking for is just nice small chunks. Okay, so just put your onions in.
If you hear a bit of a sizzle, you know you had it hot enough. Okay, so now you can see the onions are just starting to go clear. That's when you put your garlic in. That's going to be about 2 cloves of garlic for every 500 grams of chicken. And don't cook the garlic too hot or you'll burn it. And then you can throw the chicken in with the onions at this point, because as soon as it's got a little bit of colour on it. All the chicken and the onions pretty much cooked through. So at this point, we can add everything else that we need to add. So we've got the apple that we cut up earlier. We've got the banana. We've got the vegetables. It's just mixed vegetables. Frozen mixed vegetables is fine. One of the beauties of these dishes that the children are going to eat fruit and vegetables. It's all going to taste like chicken and they love it. Jess the Beagle's back from her walk and this is her favourite spot in the... You need to add your stock now. It's 2 cups of stock for about every 500 grams of chicken. Once you add that in, you just need a few flavour. So the other basic things that you need, for every 500 grams of chicken, you need 2 dessert spoons of tomato paste. You also need 1 dessert spoon of soy and 1.5 dessert spoons of oyster sauce. So once it's cooked down, you just need to add your coconut cream. You need about 1 can of coconut cream for every 500 grams of chicken. And there you go, it's cooked down, it's thickened. Basically that's it. Okay, to make the stock, all of your chicken frames in a pot. What you need to do is just add some onion, leave the skin on, that'll be fine, just cut it in half. Some carrots, again, rough chunks. Won't make any difference to the final product. In this case, just take the leaves off. Again, rough chunks. Put them in. You need a couple of bay leaves. Just dried bay leaves will do. You can use the fresh ones, and yes, probably is better, but it's not MasterChef. Then you get that pot and you just put enough water in it so that it covers everything, and just put it on the boil. Once it comes to boil, reduce it to a simmer, give it an hour or 2. One of the reasons I would make stock like this and teach the children to make stock like this is it's respect for the animal. So if this animal's going to die to provide us with food, to show respect for that animal, you've got to use the whole animal, which often doesn't happen. So it's an important conversation to have with your children.